Hey everyone, it's Ryan Howell, Small Business News. I got a good one for you today. It's going to be a short one, but it's interesting. It's definitely something to be aware of if you are looking to get any sort of loans going forward. For those that don't know, this is the show where I bring you just some of the information I share with my clients every single day. I am a business coach out of West Michigan, and I hope to earn your subscription today. So let's get right into it here. As always, links are going to be, where am I at? There you go. Links are going to be in the description down here. Yes, this is from Reuters. U.S. lenders lose court battle over CFPB rule to collect small business data. And this is by Nate Raymond. This has been on my radar to talk about for the last few days. However, I've been working client issues, and now I got a little bit of time, so I'm bringing it to you. A federal judge on Monday rejected a banking industry-backed challenge to a rule adopted by the U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, that requires lenders to gather demographic data on small business borrowers. U.S. District Judge Randy Crane in McAllen, Texas, had blocked the agency from enforcing the rule nationwide after a federal appeals court in a separate case declared the Bureau's funding structure unconstitutional. So let's take a second here. Now, what this comes down to, and they're going to talk about, this is something that's done on the federal level for government contracting, and it's been in place, oh gosh, I want to say at least since 2010, if not further back in some variation thereof, for a few reasons. One is to be able to collect data on so they have an idea of exactly where money's going. But it also, with the data that does come in for the federal contracting, it gives you the opportunity to really know where federal funding isn't getting to. And then we can also see if that's going to be a priority. And we're going to see some of the ways that they're breaking it out on the private sector now. The U.S. Supreme Court in May reversed the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruling and upheld the CFPB's funding structure. At that point, the injunction Crane issued was slated to end, but industry groups, including the American Bankers Association and Texas Bankers Association, argued the judge should still block the rule on other grounds, leading to Monday's ruling. If you want to see it, there's a link to it right here. The regulation requires lenders to gather and report to the agency data on small business loan applications, including whether firms are owned by women or racial minorities. The CFPB adopted the rule in March 2023 to implement a provision from the Dodd-Frank Act of 2010. There it is. They created a system for collecting and reporting data on loan applications for women-owned, minority-owned, and small businesses. And the way that at the federal level they manage that, they do set-asides. There are percentages that the government wants to hit as far as for its lending, and those individuals who are responsible for procurement and contracting within the federal government, they are measured on how well they're meeting those percentages, and they want to do their best to hit them. Again, this is a way that the federal government wants to ensure that there's equity in the lending, and this is how they measure it. So let's talk about why the banks were arguing against it, why they wouldn't want to have this data. Now, the banking groups, along with the Texas-based Rio Bank, argued the CFPB violated federal administrative law by adopting a rule whose data collection method was so flawed that the rule could undercut the statute's purpose and increase loan costs for small businesses. But Crane said the group's arguments boiled down to a disagreement with the agency's determinations rather than a dispute over its statutory authority to adopt it at all. And this is the important piece on here, folks. It may well be that the final rule proves ill-advised as a policy matter, but that possibility does not itself make the rule unlawful, wrote Crane, an appointee of Republican former President George W. Bush. They're going to go back and try to appeal in a different way on this, but it's happening. It's going to be going through, and it's something that lenders need to be keeping an eye on. I've sent it over to a couple of the financial folks that I work with. If you want to learn more about how I help small businesses grow, you can go check out summitbusinessguides.com. So what does that mean for the rest of us? You just need to be aware that when you do go for an application, you are going to be required to talk about your sex, your race. There's a few other things I think they're going to be in there, but those are the main pieces that they have. And they're going to use that data to validate whether or not lenders are being discriminatory in their lending, and they're giving fair treatment to all those who are looking for loans. All right, so that's what I have for you today. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I earned your subscription. Take care, and I will see you next time.